Hello, this is Munch Music Reviews, and today we're going to review One More Light by Linkin Park. Yes, this album has a lot of hate. A lot of fans are pissed off for them being sellouts, for catering towards a younger commercial audience, and even people like Corey Taylor and Rammstein have called them out too. And big YouTube channels like Needle Drop have totally shit on this album, to jump on that bandwagon to get those likes. And I'm a big fan of Linkin Park. I like all their albums, and the first two albums are obviously my favourite, as most Linkin Park fans out there. I understand why people don't like this album, but is it really that bad?
You tell me it's alright, tell me I'm forgiven.
So no one can save me. Well, this is the first track, and when you put this album on, you will be shocked if you listen to the older stuff. It sounds like something you would hear, 2015, like a more relaxed Skrillex. And it's like, what is this? This ain't Linkin Park. But when Chester's vocals kick in with the dark lyrics and his driving vocals, it really works for me because it's a really cool compromise towards like the light electronic, instruments to like Chester's vocals, and it's what I like about Linkin Park, the mix between genres with punk and pop, or hip hop and metal. This is just another variation of that, and for the first track it's kind of relaxed, but with Chester's vocals it keeps driving and doesn't get boring.
So say goodbye and hit the road, pack it up and disappear.
Well, I really like this track, Good Goodbye. It's the second single off the album, and it's just what Linkin Park are known for. It may have different instruments, but it has the same formula with the rapping and then the singing. With being, Mike's rapping and Chester singing these really hard rock vocals, and obviously it has different rappers in place, like Stormzy. I like that. It's just emphasizing on the pop and the hip hop. Because what hip hop tracks do, you don't have the same rappers all the way through. They, change it around with different rappers and different people coming in. It's just emphasizing that a bit more, but it still has the, the heavy metal vocals from Chester, as well as all the pop instruments and the rapping. So it's what I liked about Linkin Park, because that's what they're known for, and it's just changing around a little bit, so it's not, boring or the rehash of the older stuff.
And the truth is, you turn into someone else. You keep running like the sky is falling. I can whisper, I can yell, but I know, yeah, I know.
This is the third song on the album, and it really hits the nail on the head on why I like this new sound, even though I really love the old stuff, because it's energetic, it's aggressive, but it also has the pop sort of instruments in the background with the live drums and live guitar to really thicken it out, to give it a fresh new sound, which doesn't sound like the old stuff. It doesn't sound like pop music. It sounds like a mix between a lot of different things, which Linkin Park have always done, a mix between hip hop and metal and all different different genres. This is just a different mix, and I really love Chester's vocals on this. He really shines through with great melodies, great lyrics, and I just really dig this track.
I hear my battle symphony, all the world in front of me. If my armor breaks, I'll fuse it back together.
Well, this song I actually did not like at the start of listening to it. When it was on the YouTube channel, it's one of the first songs that came out, I was like, this is really boring. But the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. It's Battle Symphony, and it just have an uplifting and simple feel, but that's what's good. The lyrics do come through, and Chester's vocals do come through, and I think people don't realise that if the instruments are just like aggressive and like heavy guitars and scratching on top, like you get in Hybrid Theory, or it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work with the lyrical content in this song, and I think that's what they're trying to change the lyrical content rather than writing these heavy guitar riffs and then being forced to be aggressive and be angst. And this is not. This is completely different feel and a vibe to it, but it doesn't mean it's bad. I think this is a really good track, and you will feel very uplifted after giving this song a couple of listens. and the lyrical content, just his vocals, definitely justify the sort of simplistic, instruments and simplistic, style they got going on this track.
I was not mad at you, I was not trying to tear you down. The words that I could have used, I was too scared to say out loud.
Well, this song Invisible is one of the first songs ever that Mike has actually sung on for the whole track. He's done sections before on previous albums, but not the whole track, and there's 2 songs in this album which he sings on, but this is my favourite. And I really like the innocence and the vulnerability in his voice and the lyrical content which drives the whole song, which is the recurring theme in this album, where the lyrical content is way more important than the music behind it, and the music behind it just complements the vocals, and it does so well, it matches so well, and I don't understand why people hate on this album, because it does work so well with the vocals and the music. And if it was just like metal and heavy and punk, which is done in previous albums, it wouldn't work for the lyrical content and the theme they're trying to, do on this album. And yeah, I really do like Mike's vocals. It just gives it such a fresh vibe from anything else they ever done before, and they do it so well. So I really dig this track.
I don't like my mind right now, stacking up problems that are so unnecessary.
Well, this is the reason why people hate this album. It's because of the song Heavy. It was the first thing that people heard, and it was poppy, it was slow, it had a female singer on. Oh my god, Linkin Park is selling out. Just shut up. You should shut the fuck up and listen to the song, because the song is actually really good. The song kind of reminds me of Breaking the Habit, Numb, Pushing Me Away, In Pieces. It reminds me a lot of the ballads and slower stuff. It's just a fresh coat of paint, and I do like when songs have dark lyrics, which Linkin Park are known for, and again they have it in this song. But and then they have this poppy sort of like instruments in the background, and it's just kind of like a good mix. And I think Linkin Park did it so well. But because people want to take things at face value and there's like no guitars in this. When Linkin Park are never being straight up punk, never being straight up metal, they always mix things together, and that's what they're doing with this track again. And they did it really well. It's probably one of the best sort of like emotional pop ballads, if you want to call it that, made like in recent years. Linkin Park do it so well, and hope they don't get knocked by these people saying there's no guitars in this. Just shut up and listen to the music and then make an opinion on the album rather than just taking it by face value.
Oh, I'll be sorry for now that I couldn't be around. There will be a day that you will understand.
This is another song which is led by Mike, and is probably one of my least favourites on the album. It does sound very, very poppy, and with Mike's vocals, it doesn't have the aggressiveness which I would like with that kind of instruments in the background. Invisible did it quite well. I think Invisible should be the only track on the album which should have had just Mike singing. Because lyrical content was like great, and this is like a retread of that, and I don't think it's done as well as Invisible. Sorry for Now. It's just sort of it's an okay track. It's something I just sort of skip because it does go too deep into the pop stuff, which that's not what I listen to Linkin Park for, and I'm guessing everyone else is the same, but it's not a bad track. I still like it, but it's not my favourite.
Scream at myself when there's nobody else to fight. I don't lose, I don't win if I'm wrong and I'm halfway right.
Well, this song is amazing. Halfway is right. Unlike Sorry for Now, where it tries to do what Invisible's doing, but progress a little bit, and I don't think it does it very well. This song tries to do what Talking Is Right, but even better, with Chester's vocals, dark lyrics, but then it has the pop sort of instruments in the background, and I think it does it so well. And if you don't like, heavy or goodbye thinking they're sold out, listen to this track, because this track shows what they're trying to do to perfection. And I think they're just doing what they've done in early releases, but just putting a fresh coat of paint and mixing different things in, and I think this is what they were trying to achieve with this track, and I absolutely love it.
Should have stayed, were the signs I ignored.
Well, this is the self-titled song, One More Light, and it is a sad song, but that's the issue. A lot of the album isn't really that sad. It's quite uplifting and, you know, light and just easy to listen to, and I feel like it had a good vibe to this point, and this song just puts it to a dead stop. It's too slow for the rest of the album. And maybe if it did something at the end, like it built up, it maybe felt like it was, it worked for the rest of the album, but it doesn't. It just stays at that one slow level. And yes, it's trying to do that, and I think Linkin Park have done these songs better on other albums, these ballads, and even Heavy is a better ballad than One More Light. It's not a bad song, but I just don't think it really fits in to the rest of the album, and I usually just skip it.
Never listened when she said sharp edges have consequences. I guess that I had to find out for myself.
Well, this is the last song on the album, Sharp Edges, and it's a folk song. It sounds like Passenger a bit, and I kind of dig it. It does have, again, the uplifting feel which the album it constantly has, and I feel like it should have ended on this and then One More Light, but One More Light was kind of like a big song for them because it was very personal. I understand why they put it on, but the ending with Sharp Edges is a good choice. It has the pop vibes, the folky vibes, but then the dark lyrics again, and I feel like it's just doing again what the album is trying to achieve, and I really dig it. And I do like when the people mess around with popular genres, and Linkin Park do it so well. Yeah, and the people want to take it at face value, oh, it's just a folk track. Yeah, it's more than that. It's got a lot more deeper lyrics, and Chester's vocals work great as usual on these different genres which they try to emulate and change around, and I really dig it. Well, in conclusion, I really like this album. It's one of my favourite of the year. It may be one of the weaker Linkin Park albums, but that's not saying much because all the Linkin Park albums to me have been really good. And I don't think it deserves all the hate it's getting. I think like the last album, the Hunting Party, went straight into punk. This is just going straight into pop, and it does it well. So if it does it well, why people hate on it so much? Because they're still living, in hyper fairy days. And honestly, I love those albums. I love the first two albums, the new metal albums. But honestly, I love all the albums. I think all the albums have done something different and unique. And this album, I'm glad I didn't go back to that new metal sound. I'm glad I done this because when I'm in a certain mood, I can listen to this album, and it has some really good moments. Halfway Right is one of my favourite Linkin Park songs of all time, to be honest. You should listen to that. If you won't give the album a chance, listen to Halfway Right, and then maybe you will think about giving the album a chance, because honestly, I think this album is great, and especially that track, I really dig that. So let me know what you think about this review. This is my first review. I felt inclined to make this after listening to what bullshit the Needle Drop was making, the Busy Music Nerd. What the fuck you on about, mate? Shitting on an album because it's cool, you get the likes. It's not good reviewing, stop, just stop. So I hope you liked this review for my honesty and my personal opinion. Me and may not agree with it. And comment below on what you think about the video and any other albums you want me to review, to give my honest opinion as someone who makes music and listens to music probably 12 hours a day. My eardrums are going a bit. So I hope to see you in the next video, and bye.